I have just finished making the most physics-defying roller coaster to ever exist, and I did it in the current version of Park Beyond's closed beta test. What you're about to witness is pure chaos and madness in the most glorious fashion possible. The purpose of this creation was to push the coaster building mechanics to their limits and see what this Park Beyond beta is capable of and what it should not be capable of. While it appears that anything goes and almost nothing can defy this game's logic, you would actually be surprised at how many times I crashed this coaster and had it going flying off the rails. What you're seeing is actually a tried and true performance-ready coaster in the eyes of this game's safety logic. I actually managed to get things far more crazy than what you're seeing in the background, but the coaster would not ride successfully. What we are left with is a guest-ready, family-friendly adventure coaster that will bring smiles to the hearts of children across the world. Let's talk about this coaster's features and what it has to offer. First up, we have the Brain Scrambler, a section of knotted and intertwined coaster pieces that actually don't connect at all, and the coaster train is forced to teleport between the tracks. Then, a 10,000 meter canyon launcher with speeds up to 300 miles per hour straight into an underground infinite heartline roll. A small section of bunny hills that I call the Upside Down. A pretzel knot crossing section I call Conjunctions. A 4-tier splitting car race that re-emerges the coasters back into one. Then followed by another 10,000 meter canyon launch with speeds of 300 miles per hour. Once landing, you will go at Mach 10, cruising through the canyon to burn off some of that momentum. Then we'll go on an off-road Jurassic World ball circuit, because why not? After that, prepare to get wet as we're gonna board our jet ski section around the park's island center. Then we're gonna hit another massive canyon launch, but with a breathtaking view of the Brain Scrambler. Next up is a 4-way split coaster section followed with a synchronized motocross jump. Then we hit some wildly broken inversions, then a nice little area I call the half pipe. Last but not least is a small section I call the Fantastic Knot, finished with one final cannon shot right back into the boarding station. So, as you can see, this coaster has a few extra features that you don't normally see on your everyday coaster, and in today, we're going to have the awesome experience of riding it. Be sure to like and subscribe for more crazy adventures like this, guys, and let's jump into game, take a closer look. Okay, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my Park Beyond roller coaster. I spent a long time making this, and I'm really excited to share with you the results and talk about it. While we have a little bit of everything, some craziness going on, trying to push the extreme jank and see what's really should not be possible in a coaster game, but we made it happen anyways. We also have just some crazy, what they call impossification. This game is designed in a way that you're supposed to do things that are normally impossible in the average theme park experience. And we're definitely going to be pushing things to their limit and impossifying things. I definitely have a lot I want to say after playing around with this coaster builder for so long, both the good and the bad, but why don't we ride the coaster first and then talk about it? Talk about, you know, what's possible, what's impossible, and what I think we can expect from this game on release. So let's delay no further, get right to it, give this coaster a go. Here we go, straight into the Brain Scrambler, where we have to teleport from track to track. My apologies if you get motion sickness, you might want to look away. I forgot to mention that, whoops. So as you can see, the coaster might need a little bit more smoothing here. It's a little janky, but I think it's looking pretty solid. Yep, super realistic. Love to see it. And then, boom! We are flying high across the canyon at 300 miles per hour, straight into the infinite downward spiral, underground, hitting the upside down here, up and down and up and down. Really good G-forces there, getting your money's worth, absolutely. Teleporting tracks, that's what I call a transfer track. And here we go, upside down and around we go. Oh, hit the transfer track there. Up, down, perfect little bunny hills, just to get a little bit of airtime. And that's what I call the janky art line roll. And here we're hitting the intersecting pretzel. Nice little intersection there, the crossroads. And then straight down. And then we're going to split the coaster up. I'm going to have to change the view here. Look at this. The coaster has broken up and diverged into 4 different coasters. And here they go. They're going to re-emerge here. And then they're going to start to connect themselves again. I actually have to change the car seat on this guy. I don't know which car it is. It might be this one. No, it's not that one. Oh my God. We're going to hit the jump here. Going across the canyon. There we go. Hitting up to 300 miles per hour. And let's do the canyon race. Gotta burn off some of that momentum, so what a better way to do that than cruise the hills of the canyon here. Getting the mountaintops. Actually, quite a nice drawn-out experience. Nice breeze. Getting some fresh air here. We're going so fast that the game audio is breaking. You love to see it. This is fantastic. And then here we go. We're going right into Jurassic World. Watch out for the dinosaurs, guys. And then, boom, we're playing some Wave Race. You know, this is a good throwback to Wave Race 64, one of my favorite N64 games of all time. Glad that it made an appearance in this game. That is how you go beyond in Park Beyond. All right, we got another cannon coming up, so why don't we go back to first person, and up we go over top the Brain Scrambler where we started down below, and here we go. We're gonna have to switch camera views again because we have something epic coming up here. We are splitting up into 4 cars, and boom, motocross madness, let's go! And then merging them back together again. Oh, we lost one. Oh no, that didn't happen the first time. That's okay, we can still make it through this, and here we go, one more cannon launch. And then this area here is what I decided to put down all the pre-made coaster pieces that come with the game. They're perfectly built with no problems. As you can see, absolutely no issues here. What is happening? I did not experience this the first time around. Okay, let's wow, we're in the sky. In the game, we're gonna have to back out and back in. Holy good googly moogly, we completely missed the half pipe there. Got a few little bugs and hiccups, but nothing we can't get past. This is what I call the reverse track. Yup, makes a lot of sense. And now we got an average helix, just back to an ordinary coaster. And and now we're hitting the knot, the little knot. But nothing like it ever before. Absolutely fantastic. Let's hit it from a first-person perspective. And boom! One great finale, launching back into the boarding station. And there it is. It's got to be like a 4-minute coaster. So when we hit this part here, I have no idea what happened, and I'm gonna actually fast forward it so you guys can see what I think happened in terms of, I used to be a QA tester and I'd find bugs all the time, and based off of what I see here, I think I understand what was going on. This is actually a pre-made piece made by the developers, which is kind of absurd to me because it's not even connected properly. But when the coaster goes through here, it actually teleports into outer space. And I think that's why my camera went into the sky and just completely got botched. And so you guys missed a little bit of the coaster there, but I think it's fine. It's not a big deal. Okay, here it's coming around. There it goes. Going to the jet ski area, launching over. Oh, we got to get a closer look at this. I love this. Boom! And then they merge together. And then one cannon launch over here. Okay, yeah, these are the pre-made pieces. Watch the coaster. Okay, didn't do it there. Watch it here. Very closely. You might see some blinking happening. Anyways, I saw cars just randomly flickering, like disconnecting from the train and just going to random spots on the map. So when I was switching cameras, I think what happened was we switched to a car that got teleported up here, and then when it reconnected, the camera got left behind. So something really crazy happened with the POV there. Yep. that's Park Beyond. Slightly less conventional than your average roller coaster. Something extraordinary, and definitely hitting those impossification factors that the game devs were aiming for. There it is. I love it. Okay, so let's talk about it. Well, this was a crazy experience here, and just a lot of nuttiness. I started off by trying to see how much I could break the game. And that's not fun to watch a whole coaster just going blah, 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 just randomness for forever. So while I could have kept this up for longer, I kind of delivered the point with just what I have here. And I wanted to see what else we could do and actually play with some of the game's features. You know, like you could split the track and you can grab this part of the track and say split it into multiple cars. You can have multiple trains come in and go different ways. Then you have crossroads sections up here where they can kind of, they can actually crash. They will crash if you don't do it right. And that is kind of fun. You can also make it so when they go through the air, they crash. You could have coasters going this way and this way. So I could see a lot of fun Let's Crash Coaster videos. So definitely something for me to play around with in the future here. But yeah, there's a lot of like crazy features with splitting the tracks up and then all the coasters merging back together is quite satisfying as well. Launching the coasters literally tens of hundreds of miles of distance. Like I think I could actually launch it longer than that, and it'll actually say like, oh, it's gonna achieve 300 miles per hour when it lands, and then you can burn off all that momentum with doing like crazy canyon runs. The ability to do the off-road circuit going through here with the little Jurassic balls and the wave race jet ski thing, those are all just kind of fantastic features that I can really get behind. So while I have done a lot of janky stuff, and while the developers have added in a lot of janky stuff, the coaster actually struggles to do normal coaster stuff. Tracks will break, yeah, everywhere. And in fact, it's just better to just create wild experiences of like shooting from the canyons. Basically, what you want to do is treat this game like Hot Wheels. Shoot them over ramps, shoot them across canyons, just have a fun bit exploring the map, doing off-roading, jet skiing, go through waterfalls if you want, all sorts of stuff like that, and take it through tunnels, and basically play the game like it's Hot Wheels. And if you start looking at it from that perspective, it's kind of fun. It's kind of cool. Then you start thinking, okay, like I actually built this cool theme park, and I got all these like rides, and then I run the coaster through the scenery, around the rides, through the rides, under the rides, just loop it around the scenery there. And then when you are riding the coaster, or even just from the guest perspective looking up at it, you see a wild adventure above you. And I think that's pretty cool. I think what I did is kind of ridiculous here, but it also goes to show like, okay, the game shouldn't do these things. Some things should probably be fixed, but if you just avoid that stuff and kind of play it as it's intended, as it's designed, you actually can come up with some pretty crazy results that aren't buggy and glitchy. So does it really matter if there's a few bugs here and there, a few broken coaster track pieces? Just build the ones that don't do that and avoid the twisted ones that break tracks at all costs. And while you may never get the true realism coaster designs that some people may look for, what you will get instead is this crazy kind of impossified Hot Wheels style coaster. And I do think there's something to be said about that. And this is only like 5 or 6 modules, you know, the cannon, the jump, the off-road, the water. I think there's a couple more in there, like the splitting tracks and stuff. We don't even know how many more there are going to be on release. I think there's a lot of fun to be had here. Not to mention, the game only crashed once on me, and there was an autosave, so I didn't lose any of my progress. And I'm still running at a butter smooth 60 FPS. Not a hitch, not a problem, not a performance tweak. And this coaster is literally miles upon miles of length. I imagine you could do 100 of these coasters on this map before your frame rate even drops. So I'm actually thoroughly impressed with what this game is capable of doing. And I recently did a campaign review and a sandbox complete overview, and I did have a lot of negative things to say, and I still stand by those. And it wasn't negative, it was more constructive. Like if I see something wrong or something's not working, I'm gonna explain my frustrations with that and you know, call it out for what it is. And even while I was building this coaster, there's obviously some frustrations when you're trying to make a realistic coaster and trying to do something that you're intentionally making cool, and this is happening to it. It's gonna cause some frustration frustration. But then there's other times where I was just going in there and having a good time, just messing around, and everything was working. So I still stand by a lot of the things that I said, but see, I don't know if you guys just saw that there's like a coaster that went flashing by. There's some weird teleporting coaster stuff that does, and yeah, it was coming through here. That's what I was saying. When it comes through here, it seems to do some pretty crazy stuff. So yeah, some bugs to be ironed out, some things to be fixed, definitely some quality of life things to be changed. But after seeing what you're able to do here, I'm actually quite excited for the future of this game, what other coasters they're going to have, what other modules they're going to have. And I think if the developers can find a way to make the modular building and the theming of stuff easier, more intuitive, we can actually theme some of this stuff and actually make some seriously cool adventures that take you through some pretty cool sci-fi worlds and different decorated scenes. Just as of right now, I think it takes far too long to actually decorate anything, and I'm afraid we're just gonna have a lot of these boring coasters. So, you know, the game still has potential, and I'm feeling more positive about it now after trying to purposely break the game. I came out of it feeling more positive about the game, which is kind of funny. A little bit of a happy accident, I would say. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is Park Beyond Coaster Builder. This is kind of what you can do with it. If you guys enjoyed the video and you want to see more of this stuff, leave a comment down below. Let's see if I could create some more crazy coasters. I'm not sure how much more I can do with the beta. I did a nice sample of all of it here, but I could definitely try to make some sort of fun exploration. There's still lots for me to explore in the map, and maybe I could try to do something like a little bit more of a serious coaster where it's not janky and broken. So if that's something you'd like to see, let me know down below. Maybe we can make that happen before the beta ends. But certainly on release, you could definitely see a lot more stuff like this from me. So be sure to leave a like for the video so we get more people attracted to the video. It helps me out a lot. And don't forget to subscribe with the notifications on so you can be the first to know when I have another crazy creation to upload for you guys. And here on this channel, what we've done with Planet Coaster is we showcase other people's creations. So if you're playing this game and you make something crazy, you can send it in to me and I'll give it a ride and we'll make a video of it, and everyone will get to experience your creation here on this platform. So I still have a lot of hope for this game, and fingers crossed that we can have some fun with it in the future, and I hope you guys join me for the journey. Boom. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Johnny5Alive, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye now.